Hello. Okay, so today I'm doing something a little bit new. I'm going to review the latest book me and my book club just read, which is The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett. So this is just going to be my honest opinion, hot take. My Goodreads rating was 3 stars. During book club, I rated it at like a 2.9. And let me explain my personal perspective and then how my personal perspective actually changed a little bit after speaking with my friends on the book and hearing their opinions. I was swayed slightly. Not swayed, but I saw another perspective. So I rated it that because I felt like I didn't have any emotional connection with the characters. They were very underdeveloped. There were so many just hot topics in this book, and I feel like every single character just like barely brushed the surface of diving deep into those topics and how they could emotionally have processed it. And I was just like, I wanted to see more of that. I wanted to be more in depth. Because some of these experiences in here, I'm like, are foreign to me. And I'm like, I just want to know more. So I want to hear how it could have affected someone like that. This book is centered around twin sisters that grew up in an African-American small town in Louisiana. And kind of their experiences of having light enough skin to be able to pass in white 1960s, 50s maybe, USA, but also having such thick cultural African-American background that it just felt like it was splitting them apart. So I'm not going to give any spoilers. But so that was like one big issue. We have one of the sisters, we have some trans homosexual relationship, but like early, like I said, I think that would be like probably like 1980s in the time period of the book. Then physical abuse, divorce, racial segregation, all the things. So there was a lot. And I felt like it just constantly just hit the surface of those topics. And I was just like, gosh, there's so much. Can we please just dive deep? And then also it jumps time periods consistently. Luckily, it doesn't go back and forth. It progresses forward, but you get invested into a time period in a process. And then all of a sudden the book like jumps 15 years and you're like, whoa, we were in the middle of this situation and now we're 15 years and you never go back. And because of how the characters don't emotionally develop, you don't really even get their future emotional experience and how that the past really like affected their future. And then at the end, there's no real resolution. And this is like, all of these are my personal biases, but I love resolution. I love a good ending. Good ending meaning like if it's a relationship, romance, like they are together happily ever after. If there's family in this book, in this case, like family disunity, like in the end, there's reconciliation. That's just how I want to end a book. And this ended super ambiguous, kind of just like, and then they lived their lives and the end. So that's why I rated it that way. It felt a little slow as well to me. So when books end up being slow, I have to transition to audio. So I started reading probably the first like 40 pages of the book and then was like, I'm not going to finish by book club day, so I have to go to audio. And then it gave me the opportunity to read other fun things that I wanted to spend my time solely focused on reading. So anyway, that was my experience. But while I was discussing this with my book club gals, one of them rated it like a 4 to 5 star. Like, she loved the book. And how she experienced it was, so it's called The Vanishing Half. And you see, if you really look at it, it's like each person's experience feeling like they're only half of themselves, or there's two people within them, or in a relationship. Like, that's just the dynamic. And so one of my friends said that she thought it was the emotional aloofness and the shallowness of character development was intentional for the author, because it expresses, not just in the writing and the characters, about like the vanishing half of being half of one yourself. So when I think about, like, if that was an intentional aspect from the author, I'm really curious. I haven't researched it, so this is just like my hot take. I'd be really curious to know what the intention of the author was. If she did that on purpose, I would probably rate it higher, because if that was the message that she wanted to get across, that's exactly how I felt. I felt like I didn't get to know any of these characters, or get to know them on a deep level, but none of them got to know each other either. So that's maybe exactly what she wanted. So would I recommend this? It's not going to be a book that I pull off my shelf and be like, read this. But it might be like, it's a really good conversational starter. Like, we had some good dialogue in our book club because of this. So in that instance, I would rank it higher. It's not something I would recommend just for enjoyment. More of a, do you want to read specifically literature with some of these topics in them, like more of an educational, eye-opening thing, which I don't even know if that was the purpose. That was one of the things I wanted. Like, I would want more educational, eye-opening on the hard topics in this book. But it was presented to me that wasn't even the purpose of the book. The purpose was the emotional vanishing half of someone, the duality of people and hiddenness of people. That's it. That's the end of my first book review on my YouTube channel. Now you can take it and proceed with my opinions in your head. Enjoy.